One thing about taking a picture of a sunset is it almost never captures the feeling of what it's like to be there at the location in the moment. And it's kind of true here too. Like, I don't mean to start this on a bit of a sour note, but as great as this photo is, and I hope it's okay if I say that, like, it sounds a little self-aggrandizing, but I really do like this photo. I like the colors, I like the contrast, I like the textures, I like the wispy clouds in the air. Like, there's a lot to like, but it doesn't compare to actually being there. And it, in some ways, it's almost impossible. Like, you can't really capture what it's like to be in a time and place like this in a photo. Certainly not if you're like looking at this on your phone and it's a really tiny screen. And I do, like, I look at a lot of photos on my phone. There's just nothing quite like being there. But even so, it's still fun to try, and it's still fun to see what you can come up with. And that's what I wanted to do here. What's the alternative? Like, no photo? I mean, I guess I could have taken no photo, but I wanted to try. So I did. I shot this with my all-time favorite camera, Fuji X100F. It just works. And we were at Mount Scott. Well, this is at Mount Scott, 2,500 feet up in the air on the Oklahoma plains. And we were with our friends. We spent a couple nights there. This is actually the same trip where I took the Star Trails photo that you might have seen. And the sun was setting, and I didn't want to spend half an hour composing this photo. I just wanted a snapshot, really, because we were there to spend time with friends and family. And thankfully, the Fuji worked fine. I shot this at, oh boy, let's see if I remember. It was, well, 23 millimeters on a crop sensor, about 35 equivalent. F5.6. I didn't have a ton of light, as you can see, but F5.6 with a shutter of 1/25th gave me an ISO of 640, so that's plenty of room to work with. I shot this in RAW, which I usually don't on the Fuji. JPEG is great on that camera, but here I really did need to pull out some color from the shadows and tone down the sky a little bit, and the RAW files were great for that. I actually did a tiny bit of replacement on this. The road, you can probably tell, there's like a little spot on the road on like the, I don't know, there's a straight part with a tiny little like blemish, and that used to be a car. I just removed that in Lightroom using like the most basic brush you can, where you just select something and say heal. So I don't really mind doing minor touch-ups like that. But the rest of it, yeah, it's edited, but it's edited to look like what it felt like and what it really looked like in the moment. So this is a fun photo to take, even though it doesn't capture the sense of actually being there. It's okay. It brings back some memories for me and for you. If you've never been here, hopefully it's fun to look at. And maybe if you ever find yourself at Mount Scott in Oklahoma, maybe you'll capture your own sunset picture too.